Hello, darklings, lightlings, and witches. Welcome back to Eerie Covenant. So in this video, I want to answer a few questions that I received on TikTok about my abilities. Now, TikTok is not a platform where you can go in depth on information for questions like these, so I thought, why not on my YouTube? And I've noticed that there are quite a bit of new subscribers. Thank you for subscribing, and I hope you enjoy the content. So, answering questions about my abilities. The first question was from Eckle, and her question was, she said, I have a few questions. Do they talk about the afterlife? She's referring to the spirits. What do they talk about? And finally, what is a topic they talk about? Well, firstly, the afterlife. They tend to talk about what they are attached to. So there are many different types of spirits or entities that I have communicated with or come across. I don't really ask them much questions about the afterlife because through dream work, astral projection, and things like that, rituals, I am able to experience some of the realms that they dwell in. And usually their first initial responses when they can communicate with us is not particularly about where they're at or what's around them, but what they are attached to. So that could be family, friends, goals they didn't complete. It can be a wide variety of things. So on to her next question, which kind of ties in with this. What do they talk about then? So they talk about, like I said, a wide variety of things, and most of it is what they're attached to. One time in a cemetery, I had come across a spirit. She was an elderly woman, and she was pacing back and forth up and down this row that I was standing in. And all I could hear her saying was, "Where's my son? Where'd they take my son? What did they do with my son? Where's my son?" And she kept like repeating it over and over. It was very bizarre. But it can go from that to them noticing that I am a medium, so they will ask me to relay a message or give me a message to relay to somebody. Some do not know they're dead. A lot of them do know they're dead. It really depends, but a wide variety of topics. So that kind of ties into the last question she asked about what do they talk about? Anything. We have to understand spirits and the spirit realm, that all they are is us without a body. Okay, they are forms of energy, and they can manifest into a physical form or whatever form they take, because I've seen many different forms as well when it comes to spirits and thought forms, a lot of different entities. The jinn, the puka, there are many different types of entities and thought forms. But we have to understand that the spirits I'm referring to here, and that most people commonly refer to, are ghosts of people that once dwelled on the earth. So my conclusion with that is basically whatever they're attached to, either now on their time in their realm, or what they were attached to when they died from the material realm, they kind of carry over with them. So the next question was from, I hope I am not butchering this name, but Yoonjoo. And the question was, how do you become a medium? Is there a way, or are you born that way? I actually get this question a lot. To answer this in short, I was born with it, and my grandmother also. So, but I will say that you don't have to be born with it. You can gain or open up abilities within yourself through practices. There are a few ways you could do that, actually. Even people that work with the Kabbalah in the different realms or tunnels that entails or incorporates in that practice, it's talked about where you can open that tunnel or that lock inside of you. Trying to think of the best example I could use, but kind of like a lock, you can find keys to open up these doorways. And through spiritual practices, I'll leave you to do your own research on that, but through spiritual practice, yes, you can gain abilities, and not only speaking or seeing the dead, but many different abilities. So, Whammy79 asks, do they talk to each other? Yes. Yes, they do. About, again, a variety of things. They do notice each other just as we feel or notice energy around us and communicate with other people. They do as well. And Dufa46 commented and said, maybe your purpose is to help them pass on. Well, some of them, yes, I can help pass on to the next realm if they are stuck or attached to the material realm. However, there are entities that I cannot interfere with because they are transforming or they have a goal or they're doing certain things on other realms to progress to the next. I can't interfere with that. So I know it's difficult to understand unless you have studied or researched or practiced this, or see what I see and experience what I experience. But in my experience, there are very few that you can help pass on. It's kind of a journey, just like life. It's kind of a journey that they have to do on their own. But I will say that there have been a few that I've come across still attached to the material world that died suddenly or horribly, and they don't realize they're dead. They're just kind of wandering. I can help them with the realization of where they're at and what happened in order for them to move on. Sophia is not swag. She says, wait, do you think people have past lives? I have no idea how this works, and sorry if it is disrespectful in any way, but can you tell? So, it's not disrespectful at all. I welcome all questions and I appreciate it. So, yes, I definitely believe in past lives. I have lived a couple of, quite a few. And it takes a lot of work, a lot of uncovering and dedication with dream work, regression, and other rituals I've used to uncover a lot of this information. Because we forget it when we are born. However, there are ways to tap into it, and some people don't forget it. So, yes, past lives are a thing. And from my experience in the astral realm, a lot of people have lived previous lives, and a lot don't even know it. But it is a cool topic to explore, and I encourage people to try to explore that about themselves. You can see people that can read past lives, or you can do past life regression hypnosis. So, Yikes Melanie commented and said, did you choose this? Also, can you make a video on your experiences or your first experience? Great comment. Sure I can. I actually made this for you guys. So, I have had so many different experiences. I actually made a previous video that I will link in the description about my experiences, and I talk about a variety of things in there. But my first experience that I can actually remember would be a little girl named Amy. To my mom, it seemed really bizarre because when I was about 3 years old, I'd be up at 2 a.m., 3 a.m. all night talking to Amy, which at first She said she thought was an imaginary friend. But it got extreme to where I'm holding her hand everywhere I go. And I would make my mom, like if I had lunch, she had to make Amy lunch. I would play with Amy, and my mom actually took me to the doctor because she was so concerned about this. And the doctor said that I had no mental illness or anything, that he thought it was an imaginary friend. Well, my mother looked into it further, and come to find out, a little girl named Amy, 6 years old, did die in that apartment. Since then, I have had many experiences, some terrifying, because when I was young, I don't think I could distinguish, between good, evil, bad, right. So as I got older and came into contact with different entities than Amy, I did have some terrifying experiences, and it was quite a journey. My teenage years, I seen Lucifer for the first time, which was terrifying because I did not understand Lucifer or the left-hand path yet. And I would see shadow figures. The shadow figures I hate, but I would see fragments of shadows move along the walls and all collect together up in the corners of the shadows. I have so many stories. I actually helped solve a case in Virginia, of a missing woman as well. So I've had quite a lot of experiences, and I have helped two people find dead bodies of loved ones, and that was really hard and really sad. So I will link my other video where I talk about this a bit more in depth and my experiences for you guys in the description, and I hope this helped answer your questions, and I hope you enjoyed this. Much love to you all.